everyone, and welcome back to Chesh Breaks. You all know me as Chesh from Chesh Breaks. I don't have a Sam with me tonight, but I have somebody equally as impressive and lovely and positive, and that, of course, is JOE FOO. Right up there. Yes, there we go. Got it right. Hey, Joe, how you doing, man?
Hey, Chesh, how you doing, buddy?
It's so good to have you on.
Thanks for inviting me on, bud.
No worries. Now, I've got mail time stuff to do, but before we go through that, I want to discuss with you a couple of things, and maybe you can show off some of your cool stuff. So the first thing is, I wanted to have you on because, I mean, we talk all the time, you come in my breaks, that has nothing to do with it, well, the talking does, but you've been what I would consider a massively positive beacon in this industry and in this hobby for the time that I've known you. I've seen nothing but absolute loveliness from you, and I thought that we should, you know, this is the kind of people that we like to talk to here on the show to get their thoughts on the hobby, and you know, and you're starting to do content yourself with your mail times on Instagram and YouTube. So tell us, how did you get into NBA cards?
Look, for me, NBA was something that like I loved back in the 90s. Like, I'm a 90s kid, so I grew up collecting, you know, basketball cards back then, back when you could find them everywhere. Like when Target used to sell like packs for $2 and you
they
get
had like the
50
the bricks.
You get like the 50, yeah, you get the bricks, you get the chunks, and like mom used to buy them for me, you know, because they were like $1, $2.
But this one has a Shaquille O'Neal on top of it.
And like I love that, you know, like I had stacks of those. I'm a bit pissed that like I lost a lot of them over the years as I grew up, you know, like you get out of the hobby, and you know, and I'm sure a lot of guys who are falling back in very recently are like, you know, scrambling through their boxes, and hopefully they'll find their old collections. And like I started there, and then my brother was into them as well, so he collects like Jason Kidd, Keith Van Horn, Jason Williams, and I had, you know, like Anton Walker, and like I used to go to Rookies and Legends in Box Hill, and then eventually I went to the shop in Glenferrie as an 8-year-old kid. I used to catch the train to go to Glenferrie to go to the card shop just to go buy cards for the day. So that's where I started, and like, you know, the shop owner there was like a lovely guy, got me involved, and like I couldn't afford Kobe, couldn't afford Jordan. He's like, how about Tim Hardaway? And like, you know, I grew up watching like, you know, like NBA Below the Rim and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, Tim Hardaway's segment was pretty cool. You know, Tim Hardaway would shoot with the winds up, you know, and I like fell in love with Tim Hardaway and the Killer crossover. I was like, that's a cool guy. And plus I could buy like 50 cards for like the cost of one Kobe. So that was like good value for me. And, you know, that's where I started building the Tim Hardaway collection back in the 90s.
and now some of those cards are actually worth money.
Yeah, you know, like that's the crazy thing, you know, and like I'm seeing all these cool new, you know, and he's one of those kind of players who's like, you know, like he is going to be, you know, like he's a legend, and so like you keep seeing him popping up in current breaks, and people are like, who's this guy? And I'm like, man, Tim Hardaway, that's my boy, you know, that's my man, you know, and so like there'd be guys who are like, I don't want this, and I'm like, I'll give you $10, you know, I'll give you 15, I'll take him, you know.
So your boy Justin Kong says, Joe! So,
hey Justin, how you doing,
he
brother?
just wanted you to know that he's here. I've had one of those days. It's been a long day for me. So, as people will probably rightly know, I work in salary packaging, which is basically as bad as the finance sector and just as boring. So just in case people see me like adjusting where my eyes are and doing this, it's because I've been staring at screens all day, and when I come home off work, I mean, this is my office anyway, but when I finish work for the day, this is what I do. I still stare at screens. So how do you feel about the hobby right now? We've had a couple of chats about it, like the whole like Shaq rookies out of nowhere have started like actually gaining traction and then kind of dipping a little bit again. And just out of nowhere, we had, you know, obviously The Last Dance. We've got Magic Johnson getting his Last Dance sometime at the end of this year. We have, surprisingly enough, Ja Morant already getting his own fucking Last Dance style thing, which blows me away. It's like, here's a sophomore guy getting his own, like, you know, his own doco treatment already. I guess Rookie of the Year, yay! But how do you feel about where the hobby's at the moment?
look, the hobby for me is like, it's an exciting time. Like, I mean, I've never heard of like, you know, kids like LaMelo Ball getting like $100 cards, you know, like straight off the bat, you know, like that's ridiculous, you know, like, like I'm picking up like Shaq rookies for like $4, $8, you know, and then suddenly Shaq,
cards.
You know, like where did this come from? You know, it's ridiculous.
Think you mean $400 cards?
Man, yeah, and like the one you busted the other day from the hoops pack,
and
like,
have already sold.
Yeah.
To one of our break friends.
that is sexy. That is a sexy card. You know, and like it's exciting. I mean, like for me, I dabble in the 90s because I know where I can get good value cards in the 90s. But I'll still jump in breaks just for the fun of it, and I think that's where it is. It's like you jump in the current day breaks just to get your thrills, but you know, like I stay in the 90s to build my collection.
Airport. Yeah, well, I mean, that's exactly it. So, like, I guess when it comes down to it, like, it's one of those things. So I've seen you, obviously you've gone in our breaks, but I've seen you go in breaks and it feels like you're purely in there just for the sentiment of like, I want to watch stuff get busted because it's cool, which I absolutely agree with 100%. And one of the things I keep telling people is that like, for every 2-3 people in a break that get something hot and heavy, like there is 27 people who just get absolutely fucked. And it's a point of like, you know, you can't just expect to go in a break and like, I'm going to crack heat, because it's not going to happen. You might get Hornets and you might not crack a single LaMelo Ball, like not even a base card. It's going to happen. But if you pick who you want to collect, not even a team, but just who you want to collect and just aim at that team, even if it's a mid team. I mean, sure, if you've got the money to collect a LaMelo Ball, go nuts. But yeah, like I'm much the same, except I guess I'm obviously fully into the modern stuff as well as the old time stuff. I think everyone knows that, you know, I'm mad for Carson Edwards, who currently doesn't have any cards this year. Let's not talk about that. And of course, Grandmama.
Well, that just gives you a chance to catch up, really. Like, you know, like if they're not making any Carson this year, you could just catch up and try to complete the set.
I think I'm pretty much caught up, to be honest. There's not much that I'm missing back there. There's like two long boxes down there of Carson singles as well. So, you know, it's a lot of... I think I'm pretty much caught up at this point. I've actually started collecting Pistons. Killian Hayes. Killian Hayes was one of my my picks coming into the season this year, and a lot of people were like, I don't see it. And then they started seeing him play and they're like, oh shit. It's like, yeah, he's actually pretty good. Like coming into this, you know, a lot of people just didn't realize, because I feel like they didn't do their legwork. In saying that, I said the same thing about Carson. And when you look at, you know, Carson's like university and college stuff, it's amazing. But once he gets into the NBA, he's just in a team that has too many point guards and he's choked out. You know, he gets on the court every now and again and does what he did like 2 months ago, where it's like 19 minutes, 18 points, or 18 minutes, 19 points, whatever it was. And just like, damn, he can play, but he doesn't get the time. So, yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is, for me, it's about like, if your player, and I guess if you've collected enough of your player, where you're just picking up stuff randomly here and there, like what I'm about to show off for mail time, it's fine to get into another rookie and kind of put your feelers out, but always do your research.
Yeah, and I did that like with Admiral Schofield last year, because like, I don't know, I was gonna go hard on Rui Hachimura because, you know, he's Japanese and I lived in Japan, and like I was like, cool, that can be my guy. But like Rui was so expensive and his autos were so bad. And I was like, I am not spending the money that people are asking me for a Rui RPA, you know, but nobody cared about Admiral Schofield. So I was like, cool, you know, like I'll just jump in auctions and put $1 on him, you know, and like if I win these auctions, great. And like before I know it, I think I've got like 50 Admiral Schofield autographs and RPAs now.
Well, I think that's how I met all the other Carson collectors, quite honestly. is because I was like, oh, you know, that's the guy I want to collect. Oh, he's not really getting the time. Everyone's like completely like devaluing him, so I'm just gonna like start picking up RPAs and like, you know, to 5s to 25 1-of-1s for like $20.
Yeah, and that's where it's at though. That's where the value is at. Like if you follow the league, like I work in the Yarra Valley. I work in wine. That's my game. I work for Shandong, and so like I'm always driving, like to get to work, 45 minutes up, 45 minutes back. So I listen to like all the podcasts, and then all through lockdown, I had nothing to do when I was working in the vineyard. So I just listened to everything NBA. And so like I kind of just got educated on the full rookie class, everything that's happening in the NBA. And, you know, like, and so I started to kind of like pick who the analysts like that no one's talking about. And, you know, like, so like, you know, like right now the running joke is Poku for Oklahoma. You know, like he's like rail thin, has like the potential to be, you know, like a good role player on a good team. And the other day he absolutely busted the Grizzlies wide open and had like a, you know, had his game. You know, like he had a great game. And it was like, you know, like you see him in the G League, he did nothing. No. You see him play the first few games, shocker. And then he plays like, because I follow Verno on the mismatch, and Verno just gives crap to Pokuševski all the time because KOC loves Poku. And it just so happens that fate happens. And like, you know, Pokuševski has the game of his career against Verno's Memphis squad. And just, you know, so, but like, that's the crazy thing about this hobby. Like, I mean, THT was a nothing. Like I remember guys who were asking questions about like, what do I do with this auto? You know, when they got up in breaks, like when he first, like when the people started getting him, and I was like, dude, you might as well hang on to him, man. It's got no value, you know, right now. But you never know. Kid's got game. He gets the right minutes, you know, like he could bust out, and he busted out like, you know, not long after, and he had a great game, and then suddenly his rookie went to like, you know, was it $1,000, $1,005 for a THT auto, like the hell, man, you know, like
it's funny
the hype
because
train is so big.
Yeah, because one of the guys that I know actually started collecting THT and was like big on THT, like no one knows, you know, he's gonna have his moment, and everyone's like, come on, man, like he did nothing before this, absolutely nothing.
Yeah, like what? Yeah, like what are you smoking, man? Like what are you smoking?
And then he busts big, and he's like, look at this stuff that I've got. Like it's all worth thousands of dollars, and he cashed it. Yeah, and he was just like $100 worth of car. I think it was actually $400 worth of cards, like RPAs, you know, National Treasures stuff, like Noir, all that sort of stuff, like all low print 1-of-1 stuff. And he's like, and I just sold it for like a lot of money. What? How? And that's the like weird volatility of the market as well. It's like one good game or two good games, and all of a sudden, you know, this dude's cards are just like, bam, they're all up there.
Yeah, suddenly you look like a genius. You know? Meanwhile, my Allen Iversons are worth nothing.
Well, yeah, pretty much.
You know, and like, but I mean, look, that's what I like about it though, is that like I can keep collecting Shaq, you know, like in the shadows, and no one's gonna touch him. And then like the other day when we were talking about, suddenly his upper decks went through the roof. I was like, no, you know, like no, you know. And he posted that thing about, you know, I want to get back on the boat, you know. And I was like, just, you know, guys, get off the boat. The boat's full. Like, you know, I was happy with my rowboat of one, you know.
Oh, terrible. So, what have you got to show us? What cool stuff have you got to show us?
Well, I've got my little chest behind me, so let me get it out for you.
You've got a chest and I've got a shrine.
You got a shrine. I've got my little, you know, my little toolkit in the back here. But like, I mean, Shaq was where it started. Like this trade rookie card was where it started at, you know, for me. Like this, you know, like the number 1 draft pick, Shaq, with like the triple photo upper deck was where it started for me as a kid.
Such a good picture. It really looks like an insert. I know I said it in my Cherry article, like it's the one base rookie card that I look at and go, I wish all base rookie cards were like, that showed action was like this, because they're all like, hi, you know, and like don't give me a Kevin Durant fucking rookie card, you know. Every rookie card has to look like Kevin Durant's, like, you know, some sort of like what's the word I'm looking for?
He's just phoning it in. It's just like a school photo.
Exactly.
It's the school photo shoot.
All the time. I don't get it. But yeah, like having the rookies, like look at the LaMelo Ball rookie, the hoops base, like
he's got the weird ankle.
It's a weird ankle.
What happened there? He
weird
broke his
ankle.
like I'm sure there's thousands of photos of him. You guys could have picked at least one cool one of him throwing iron over behind the back pass, or like, you know, like
he's being a bloody sock puppet. A sock puppet.
Yeah.
That's what he looks like.
Yeah, it's just terrible.
It's funny because that's going to go down as his first and most awkwardly horrible rookie card.
Yep. And that's why like the Ja Morant like Luminance rookie is just so cool. It's because like that is what you want, you know, like you want your player doing what he does best, either like as a passer. If he's a dunker like Edwards, you want to have him destroying Yuta Watanabe on his next Luminance rookie. You know, like you want those pictures.
I can't wait for that Luminance rookie.
I want it just for the fun of it.
I'm gonna absolutely
Shaq doing
hunt.
his two-hander is just iconic. It's the Shaq logo, you know, and it's on his rookie card.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, other cool stuff, you know, like I picked this up before the Shaq started going hot, which was the National Treasures Hometown Heroes Shaq. So it's actually got the on-card autograph with him. You know, like just I love on-card autos. I absolutely hate stickers for the life of me. Like, you know, like I hate it more when I see somebody with like a 1 of 1 and it's a sticker.
And it's just like,
like,
but that's a 1 of 1. Like that should not be a sticker.
That can't be a 1 of 1. Like that sticker is like 1,000 of 1. You know, like the card, you know, is not that special anymore. But you know, like this is like, you know, of 5, and it's like his auto. It's on the card. You know, like there's no denying it. It's him in his Magic jersey, and like it was a recent pickup, but like I was so happy I picked it up before the rise.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I'm pretty sure
before it cost you like an arm and a leg.
And that's crazy, you know, like I like to collect Jordan if I can, but you know, like I'm never gonna afford Jordan autographs. They're like $4 or $5 grand, like unless I hit, you know, something big, like unless one of my top shots go for like 25K.
It's funny you should mention that. I should probably give everyone an update. Guess who the fuck can withdraw from Top Shot, bitches? Finally have access to fucking withdraw from Top Shot. Somebody was making the joke, it's because I posted in their Discord today. I was like, when everything was going off and they were like delaying the pack drop and everyone was screaming, I was kind of like in the middle of it all just typing, hey guys, can I have a cupcake and the ability to withdraw my funds? That's literally what I said. It was great. And then all of a sudden, I've got the ability to withdraw. I'm like, is this just like a weird fucking coincidence again, like the KYC thing?
But no, that was like, I'm pretty sure they did it for you because you were probably the one voice of like, you know, like in thousands of emails of hate. Yours was like, can I have this? And they're like, yes, you can, because you're a cool dude. I like you, you know?
I think that's probably
like,
what it
have
was.
It. You know, because like they were probably getting slammed for this morning.
Yes.
You know, for that mess up. And like now tomorrow's wake up is like 3 a.m. or something stupid.
Yeah, it is.
You know, which look, it ain't that bad for a lot of like, I mean, for people who usually stay up late anyway, 3 a.m. is a bit of a stretch, but you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to set an alarm.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the downer, and that was what was good about, was it that All-Star release that they did like not long ago, where they did like 3 different release times, which was like, that was cool. Like I actually managed to get a pack then, and it was actually at the lunchtime release.
I think I got one in the morning.
Nice.
Yeah.
And and that's like 3 bites, like 3 chances to get a packet, which was like, that was probably the coolest thing they've ever done.
Yeah, exactly. That was the pre-release one. That was when I was at Oz Comic Con in Sydney, actually.
Yeah, you did. You were actually like at work in Oz Comic Con as well.
Yeah. I was so tired, having to get up in like the middle of the night. I went to sleep late. So the ironic part was, at Oz Comic Con, I was trying to eat as healthy as possible. I got munchies during the night. Like, I just really, really wanted some ice cream. And I went out and all I could find was a Coles, and they had no separate ice cream fridge. They just had like buckets of ice cream, basically.
So you bought a bucket?
I went and bought a bucket of ice cream, and I was like, that's fine. Like, it's connoisseur. It's basically 2 servings for me because I love ice cream. It'll be fine. I get through half of it. I'm watching like one of the really bad Predator movies. It's fucking terrible. And I go to put it in the bar fridge. The bar fridge isn't big enough because the bar fridge has like enough space for water bottles at the front. And then it has a safe inside the bar fridge. I kid you not. A safe in the bar fridge. Why? Why would you do that? And I was like, all right, well, I guess I'm just going to have to eat the rest of this ice cream then, because I don't know the fucking combination of this safe. It looks like it's got like a digital lock plus a key lock on it. And I'm like, I haven't been given a key to this. Like, so I just have to eat this whole bucket of ice cream. So my first night was...
You poor guy.
Yeah, it was an hour's walk. An hour round trip. Not to get ice cream, but eventually just getting ice cream because I'm like craving it like crazy. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. I get back to the hotel and then being forced to eat the whole tub, and I was like, this isn't what I planned at all.
I mean, it happens that way, man. You just gotta, it's fate. You and that ice cream bucket was meant to happen.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have gone with the cookie dough one though, because it's just too much sweet. Just too much.
It's just heavy.
I was just like, oh man, like by the end of it, I'm like, I am struggling. I'm like sitting there with a bottle of water, chugging water while like eating the rest of this ice cream, just going, I have to do this because otherwise it's going to melt everywhere. What else you got?
Well, I got this, which was the Jordan, the Metal Universe.
Move it to the left? No, right.
The left?
Right.
Right?
The other way, yep. Keep going. That's a bit better. Just because it's there you go. Perfect.
There you go. So like this was the 8.5, and like I know I found great value in picking up SGC because no one seems to appreciate them. They're always like hunting PSA and Beckett.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like SGC just falls out the bottom. But I actually quite like the way they grade because I like that black border. I like the way they do it. The other one is the one that you're gonna do. I can't remember the name. HGA.
Yeah.
Those look cool. Like they're very like, kind of almost like Fleer retro kind of, like, and they look cool.
When you're matching your tag to the card or to the player's uniform or the team, like, or just giving somebody an option to have a color on that grading tag, like you've already won me over. Like it wouldn't have taken much anyway, considering that both Beckett and PSA look terrible because they look like, well, Beckett looks like, your great uncle just left you a trunk full of cards. Thank you very much, Mr. Beckett.
Yep.
PSA looks hilariously is the middle option when it comes to budget, but looks like the most budget dot matrix printer shit you've ever seen. Like those tags are fucking horrible.
They look cheap, and like if it wasn't for that little PSA badge in the middle there to say it's PSA,
they'd be worth nothing. Exactly.
Yeah, like I'm surprised SGC doesn't have more love. Like they actually look decent,
and the tuxedo slabs do look good. They do look good.
And like it's bold. Like I can actually see the rating nice and bold.
Mm-hmm.
It gives you, it puts like the near mint. Like all the little details are there.
Yeah, it's so weird.
So those were. And so like I picked him up like months ago, and I was like been waiting for my ship my cards box to kind of get worth it so that I could actually send it. And so I've been waiting on this guy for ages, and also, like since the Jordan rookie sold for like 2 million or something like that, all the Jordans took a price jump.
Yeah.
So it was like we've taken like as Jordan collectors, you've kind of taken like 2 hits. It was like the Last Dance hit, and then there's the Jordan rookie hit.
Yeah, the retro card hit, because it was a follow-on from the rookies to all the retro cards.
And then that hit has a knock-on effect now. So basically everyone now is digging through their 90s rookies, and now like every single 90s star, like, you know, Tim Duncan, Shaq, Tracy McGrady, Allen Iverson, Kobe, all those took a big jump.
Yeah, exactly. So Justin says, are they expensive? I'm guessing you mean HGA. 20 US a card, depending on what option you take. That's the base option, which I think is like 60 days. That's what I'm doing. Steve Stafford says, much prettier looking head. Hey Steve, I love you buddy, but fuck you. Such a jerk. He just knows that I won't stop breaking with him, even when he treats me mean. He keeps me keen.
Other cool stuff that came in the mail was like...
I'm gonna assume it is.
Well, this is 5G, Australian 5G.
Yeah. Welcome to 5G. Ah! That's not what we want to click on. I've ruined it all. There we go. Yeah, I think it might just be Discord like chewing up bandwidth. That's fine. So what we might do is we might switch to my mail time then.
Yeah, go for it.
And I'm going to drop this out for a second. Where are we? That one. Bob. All right. If I... Now I'm just figuring out the logistics of like how to turn off your camera on my stream. One second. There we go. That's the easiest way. No, it's come up with your video still. How do I turn it off? I don't think I can. Do you want to? All right. So, I guess we should go through mail time. We'll keep that aside for a second. So, cheshbreaks.com.au is becoming a reality. I mean, sure, visit the site, but it's not entirely functioning yet. But that's why I've got these. So after my really good luck with the fat packs, I decided to buy some more fat packs because they are great. Have you opened any fat packs yet?
I haven't even found any fat packs to open yet.
Oh. Meanwhile, I'm having all the fun. Although I did pay like $40 per fat pack for mine.
I was hoping to get them with that whole like EB Games. I was so excited. I remember texting you like, "Yes, we can finally get some fat packs." And then like we hopped online and like, yep, nope. The bots crushed our souls.
Absolutely smashed us. And we will be opening this pretty baby in a second as well. But first, I guess let's do some mail time. So I did pick up, of course. Let me just change the camera a bit. See if we can. Wrong one. This one. That's the one we want. Zoom in a little bit. There we go.
Ooh, that's pretty.
So, where is autofocus is on? That's why. All right. So I couldn't help it. This was offered to me. Well, the person made a mistake. It was $3, but it was actually $5, which is fine. So I decided to jump on it. I think now I'm up to 3 of these.
Oof,
I just keep buying them because they're pretty and I like them. And they're my boy, so why wouldn't I?
I've always been in the mindset of like you can't have enough of them because like one day when they do become valuable, you can sell them off and you can always have one for yourself. Exactly,
and that's why I'm starting to pick up graded Carsons really cheap. I think this was maybe $30. I mean, quite frankly, for a rated rookie optic silver, like that's already graded, $30 is nothing. Like that's pretty much the grading cost. So why wouldn't I?
That's a steal.
Yeah, PSA 9, absolutely loving it. I also bought this for $80. It's in very good condition, and I will be sending this to HGA, this Kobe rookie. The Z-Force just looks so good. And as soon as I saw it put up by somebody I just became friends with because of Oz Comic Con, I like messaged him like, can you send me some photos of that bad boy? He's like, oh, I can send you a video. And I was like, yep, that's fine. Because as you can see, like, it is very, very nice. The condition looks really good. So I'm going to grade it. I don't know how it's going to grade. The surface looked fine, but I am legally blind, so whatever. I reckon that this is probably going to get a 9. I don't think it'll get a 10 just because, like, based on age and, you know, if it's been sitting in somebody's collection for a while, it's probably got some slight surface wear on it. But even a 9 I'd be happy with. Hell, even an 8 in an HGA slab, like being like maybe purple, pink and red on a HGA slab. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that would be sick. Like, and that's the thing, like, HGA, is there much waiting time on HGA right now? I know PSA is just completely crashed himself. Like,
here's the thing. So HGA's waiting time is exactly as they tell you it is. So if they tell you 60 days, it's 60 days because they limit how many cards are actually coming in. And they're actually hiring and training staff as they go to raise their limit bit by bit. So I think this morning's one was, I think, 2,500, whereas last week's was like 2,000. So they're like jumping it up bit by bit, slice by slice, to make sure that they can actually meet that demand, which I think is fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Like, kudos to you coming into a sector, basically like, Tyler's like pretty much just like, he's got other businesses and he doesn't even need to do this. But for him, it was like, I wanted grading options. Everyone that could give me grading options were like taking too long. And I was like, why are we waiting so long? I'm just going to start a grading business. And I'm like, that's absolutely the way to do it. Like, you know, you build it and they will come. And initially I was a bit hesitant because I was like, you're using AI, fuck off. They've changed that to software because they know that people like me are going to be picky and go, that's not artificial intelligence you're using, buddy. That is forensic software. It's a big fucking difference. And AI is an artificial intelligence, which this clearly is not a free thinking AI. Like, so call it what it fucking is. And I'm happy that they've changed it because it means I don't have to call them out on it. But we will see. I sent like 4 cards off, including I'm a bit worried about it, to be honest, because one of those cards was the Scoring King Michael Jordan. I reckon it's probably going to get a 6 or a 7. It's not in great shape. The corners are fucked. It's a bit scratched up.
But you just wanted to slab it, though. That was the thing.
Really fucking wanted to slab it in a HGA slab to go, look at how nice this looks. Especially considering it was a gift from the director of the Australian Trading Card Association that I work for. So, you know, his whole thing was like, at Christmas, he's like, I'm giving you a Christmas present. You can never sell it off. It has to stay in your collection. And once he showed me, I'm like, dude, this is going to stay in my collection. Like, it's a holy grail of cards. Speaking of holy grail of cards...
I'm still chasing that Jordan, by the way. I'm still chasing that hard. But it is like, every day that I like kind of like don't get it, it just, I feel that it's getting more and more expensive.
It is. It is. Speaking of, so we've got a Chesh pie from some dickhead called Joe to crack open.
I knew you'd love it, man. I've got some pretty awesome, I've got some pretty amazing, you know,
art skills
with Photoshop. And that face you made was just perfect. It was like prime for the Shaq dunk.
It is the perfect face.
I was thinking of cropping out the other player, and like I was like, no, he's actually like looking like he's actually enjoying it. So like you actually got him going like, what the hell, Chesh?
He's like, what are you doing, man?
What are you doing, Chesh?
I'm doing a dunk.
I'm dunking on your face. So yeah, I'm glad you appreciate the art, man.
Ah, my baby. So I already told Joe about this, and I don't know if I've told everyone else. But I had a small problem where ComC were complete dogs, and I had to cancel my order, and I had one of these on order that was graded. So this is great because it means that I'll likely just send this off to HGA regardless, and get it graded just to put in my collection. But what is this? What is this freebie, secondary freebie you've chucked in here? Oh,
so that one's
baby.
the other Fleer.
I don't have that one.
That one was like, you know, the same 92, 93. So it's like almost, it is a rookie.
It is. It's basically an insert, but it's absolutely considered to be a rookie. Maybe not what they would call a true rookie as such, but definitely a rookie. Because I picked up this one recently,
which is the true rookie, right?
Which is the true rookie. Which, by the way, trade up a deck. So now I actually have the matching pair. And I'm going to send in a Shaquille O'Neal grade to HGA. So that is bloody fantastic. Thank you so much.
That's cool. That's complete coincidence as well. Like, I didn't even know whether or not you had this card or not. I just kind of threw it. I just threw it in there just because, like, it's cool. And I you know, it came, like, I got a few of them as well. Like, I was quite fortunate that, like, I kind of went on a bit of a Shaq buying spree because a few guys kind of had their prices way lower than I thought they should be. And I was like, I'll just take the lot, you know, like, I'll just buy them all from you. Here's my offer, you know, like, and like, they took my offer and I'm just like, I'll take all 8, you know, like, and that's the same thing that happened with the upper deck, which was like, yeah, that's way too cheap. I'm just going to offer you low and buy all of your stuff.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know, and if they take it, they take it. If they don't, who cares? But like, what I was impressed with the upper deck Shaqs was that the quality of those cards were actually pretty sharp.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I was kind of expecting, you know, something less, but like, they're actually all pretty good conditions. So
especially when you bought so many of them as well. That was the thing. Like, usually when you buy like a stack of cards, like, you're getting, generally speaking, like the runts of the litter. So that's what impressed me. I was like looking at the pictures of them and I'm like, they all look really fucking nice. That's just...
and like, as I opened them up, I was like, wow, like, you know, like, he actually gave me like nice top loaders as well. They're all nice top loaders. Each card was like, he must have bought them bulk and they must have just been put in a box and then never touched again.
Oh boy, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it, son.
Ooh, hoops time. Let's go.
Full box of retail hoopy hoops. I have not cracked a box for myself for ages. And I tell you what, this wasn't as cheap as I would like, but you know what? I'm okay with that.
You got to treat yourself, especially when you got like, you finally got your, you know, withdrawal from Top Shot.
Exactly.
You know, like, your Top Shot stimulus payment.
Yeah, $1,200.
Yeah, you can't complain about that.
Man.
Yeah, especially when like the outlay that you pay is so low.
$9, and I've already made that back in spades.
Oh yeah, and then now you're just playing with house money. Like, it's the same for me on my Top Shot. It's just like, you just play with house money, buy other moments, and just, you know, just keep playing, just keep riding the Top Shot wave, because it's just going to keep growing from here.
Exactly. All right. So what have we got here? Anthony Davis. We've got DeAndre Jordan, upside down. We've got Devin Books. We've got Victor Oladipo. We've got Malik Monk. We have our first lights, camera, action, which is good old Benny Simmons. That's pretty cool. Nice rookie out of the gate. I couldn't help it. Leandro, no one cares. And Tyrell, no one cares. Great. Let's just separate our rookies and our inserts. What do you reckon? You reckon I can get like a LaMelo auto out of this?
You know what? Sky's the limit, man, because you've been on fire right now. I think pretty much the only thing you're missing from hoops is a LaMelo auto now,
pretty
right?
much.
You've kind of hit the LaMelo, you know, collection.
Exactly. I don't care about the base. You don't care about the base.
And what's scary is that, like, in 3 LaMelo cards, you basically have almost your Carson collection in value.
We have a holo.
Ooh, here it goes.
Yeah, baby, look at that. Look at that.
Ooh. Well done. Oh, Vanity Plate Williamson.
Oh, where did I just put those sleeves? Yep. And
get that sleeved and top loaded.
Top loaders. Fresh pack of top loaders. talking about just absolutely bloody killing it. Second pack in.
Damn, man.
Feel pretty good about that.
Hoops is treating you good, and you're also making me feel good about buying in on the break now, because like you have the Hoops touch right now.
I do. It's so weird. But like I'm so used to like cracking stuff and not getting anything good for myself. That it's just really not surprising if I don't get anything anymore.
Yep. It gets like that.
Now, even his name is gold on this. That's really cool.
I think that's where I kind of fell in love with the cherry pies and the repacks, was that like if I buy a repack, I'm definitely getting something in the hit, which was something that like I think a lot of new collectors don't quite understand. Is like, I paid all this money and I'm getting nothing. You know, like this is not the kind of, you know, and they don't understand that. Yeah, you're joining a break for the entertainment.
Yeah, exactly.
Not to win the lottery. Like if everybody won the lottery from buying a ticket in the lottery, it wouldn't even be worth anything.
Yeah. RJ Hampton and the wrong Hornet.
Hey, you know what? We still got many packs to go.
Oh yeah. Still gonna call him the wrong Hornet. I mean, even with the right Hornet now, those rookie cards have like slid in value pretty harshly down to about, I think, $30.
Yeah.
The wrong ball. Remy Langford, Jordan, Andre. Frequent flyers. That's pretty cool. Good old Paul Judge. Yep.
Oh, nice.
Fine.
Hoops have really outdone themselves on the design this year.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, between like all the little inserts, like I think there isn't really one that kind of lets you down that badly.
Well,
besides that backstage pass one that me and you hate on so much.
Yes, that's exactly what's bad.
That was trash grade. That is trash grade insert, but the rest kind of make up for it. Like I like the slam. I don't mind the vanity plates.
The one thing that I didn't like when it came to the hobby boxes was the fact that all of the inserts should be foil and they're not. That made me really sad. Yep. Oh, we got something pretty. It's Gary Harris.
Damn it.
Terrible. CJ Ellery and Skylar Mays. I mean, there should be an auto in here somewhere, so you know.
Yeah, well, we're definitely getting an auto. So.
Yeah.
Which is what was so disappointing about the Hoops Premium, was that like there is no guaranteed anything like in the blaster. Like,
yeah, the Hoops Premium, I was just like, why? That doesn't make any sense. And
because like regular Hoops gives you something.
Well, it's not foil, but I'll take a Jai Morant plates for sure. Peyton Pritchard, who I've started collecting, and Patrick Williams, just because
Peyton Pritchard's legit.
I started just picking up his stuff because not only is he legit, but like I already had some of his stuff just incidentally, and I was like, well, I mean, I may as well. And then people started just offering it to me, and I'm like, well then, like I guess this is a thing.
Is like the Celtics your team, or is it just so happens to be that the people you PC are Celtics?
Well, it just so happens the people I'm PCing are Celtics, because Pistons I'm obviously PCing as well. So.
Yep. Yeah, because like my team has always been Houston, and like I can't jump in on them as bad because like they don't really have an exciting rookie. But I'm actually very excited right now because they're tanking like it's nobody's business. And we might actually get a decent lottery pick.
Yeah, exactly.
And it might, if we could get somebody great, like a Cade Cunningham or something like that, I'll be like, yes, finally, I can collect Houston again.
Terry Rozier. Let's go. Lights, camera, action. Good old Trae Young.
Ooh, that's a nice picture, actually.
And then Devin Vassell and Nico Banyan. I really need to change the lighting in here at some point.
Like, and that's the crazy thing. Like, you see all these other great images of other players, and then you see LaMelo's, and you're like, what happened there, guys?
Yeah, exactly. Look at Doncic.
Even Nico Mannion has a decent photo.
I really struggle to see some of this writing, I swear.
Is it because, like, do you have, like, light directly shining on it?
Yeah, pretty much. And plus I'm, like, very blind, so.
Yeah.
All right.
So basically, you need like NBA hoops braille cards.
Yeah, pretty much. Kira Lewis Jr.
Ooh.
It's nice.
Oh,
The wrong
that's a
Hornet.
nice design. Nice design though.
Exactly. There's a Halliburton. I've only got like 8 of those now. I'm just like putting them away. I think I got a redback Halliburton that I've actually sent to HGA for grading. So.
Oh, cool.
And
he's definitely giving LaMelo a good run for his money.
Yeah. Which makes me a bit excited because it means, you know, maybe just like all the random weird hoops rookies I have laying around of his like will be worth something at the end of the year. It's always a possibility.
Well, that's the thing, right? Like, LaMelo cards are going to be valuable anyway. Like, it doesn't matter if he wins Rookie of the Year, because people who collect him are going to think he's Rookie of the Year anyway. And if he doesn't win, they think he's been robbed.
Exactly.
And his cards are still going to be valuable. Whereas, like, Halliburton comes out of nowhere.
Speaking of being robbed, Benny Avija.
Oh, Benny Avija.
I guess that just goes in with the hits.
Purple.
Xavier Tillman. And Robert Woodward II.
Actually, I quite like Chicago's Patrick Williams. You had him before the rookie, and like Patrick Williams got some skills.
Oh yeah, definitely. And that's the thing. Like Bulls are actually starting to look a bit better. Thaddeus Clay, Luke Kennard, Jonathan Isaac. We've got Kelly Oubre Jr. And a jersey swap. There's one, Ja Morant and Trae Young. Pretty cool. And LaMelo Ball. Back to the Buki.
There you go. Another LaMelo.
Yeah, I'll just add it to my growing hoops, LaMelos.
Kind of helps kind of recuperate some of that money that you spent on this box.
Sure it does.
A little.
I paid $2.75 for this box, I believe.
Okay.
Because I couldn't find boxes anywhere, and then all of a sudden everyone's coming out with boxes. I'm like, oh.
So basically, we need the auto then. We need the auto to kind of make it all worth it.
Exactly. Dwight Howard, Spencer Dinwiddie, yeah, you are. Joel Embiid. Ooh, there's something shiny coming up. Domantas Sabonis, Nicholas Batum, and an explosion numbered of Chris Middleton.
Oof.
To 59. That's
a kick in the balls.
Yeah, that's great. Well, actually,
it's like the cherry pie. It was like cherry pies kept getting Chris Middleton. It was like the running joke of cherry pie. It's like everybody basically gets Chris Middleton.
All right.
The explosions do look nice though. Like that LaMelo
really
explosion
do.
you got.
It's
just pretty.
So gorgeous. Mike Conley and oh, there's our Zion Back to the Future. Not in a hollow, unfortunately, but very cool nonetheless.
Oh, I love these slams. Like
Cassie
these slams are so
and
pretty.
Trey Jones. I am, however, going to a short because the slams are supposed to be a short print. I've heard.
Well, that's what I've heard as well, and that's why it probably explains why like everyone's charging quite high for these little inserts.
What we want is a foil Kobe one. That's what we want. Another one of those, so I can sell another one of those for like
foil Kobe or like a foil LeBron, basically.
Yeah, would give me back the value of the box, pretty much.
Yeah.
Redick, Tatum.
But like I'm even surprised. Like, do they even sell Slam magazines anymore? Like,
I don't know actually.
I have not. Like the last one I picked up was like back when there was like Darius Miles and like Quentin Richardson and Keon Dooling on the cover.
Terrence Davis. Fine. I'm gonna go here quickly. And Anthony Edwards. Good hit out of that one. It's funny because this is like the type. These packs are the type of retail packs you go. You know, if these were like $5 a pop, you are going to buy them because the odds are you're going to get something cool. Gasol.
That was the funny thing about them being on like the shelves on Kmart for such a long time until everybody realized that you can only find the Zion rookie in the green alternative or something like that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Crap, buy it all, and then just disappeared. You know, but like for the longest time, I remember seeing them on the shelves at Kmart for like ages because no one's like, that's just trash.
And then all of a sudden,
yeah, all of a sudden, LeBron high voltage sells for like $500.
Exactly. Luca Lance camera action.
That's pretty. I like this like camera action.
Maladin and Cole Anthony.
Edwards has been playing great lately. You can see him starting to kind of feel comfortable on the court now. Like he dropped 40 today, along with Cat, and that's just like you can just see D'Angelo Russell sitting on the bench going, "Oh well, there goes my job."
Exactly, and it's another jersey swap. Zion and Ja Morant.
That's nice.
That's
and another
very
Zion.
Cool. Yeah.
That's pretty.
Killian Hayes, that's my boy, and Josh Green.
And that goes straight to PC.
I should probably sleeve the jersey swaps, but I mean they're not foils, so I'm not that worried about them, to be honest. Lopez, Stein, Drummond, Lonnie Walker, upside down, Ayton, and
Auto has to go up eventually, right?
That's a nice foil to come out of the box. Tyrese Halliburton, class of 2020.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Wow.
That's what you want. Yeah, foil's where it's at.
Always where it's at. Always.
Big difference between like the flat version and the hollow. Like,
oh
just...
yeah. So pretty.
And Halliburton, like, yeah, that's a good rookie to get.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those ones where it's like, I mean, he's worth a little bit now, but I have a feeling that holding him is going to be good because I think he's going to be worth more in the long run.
I don't see Halliburton becoming a Malcolm Brogdon. Like, I see him, you know, like, because like, you know, like his Brogdon's cards just never really took off, even though he won Rookie of the Year. But he's a good player. There's just no love for him.
Exactly.
You see Halliburton as like part of that foundation with like Fox and, you know,
Nate Smith and Toppin. Yeah, it's one of those interesting things where it's like, well, he's certainly got the moves, and there's a possibility that he may make Rookie of the Year. A fairly good possibility. I have a feeling that LaMelo Ball will still make Rookie of the Year.
I think the media coverage though, so it's you know it's basically LaMelo's to lose. Edwards is going to put up posters, but he's still chasing from far behind. Halliburton's been on his heels the whole time, and it's going to make for an interesting race. But it's Melo's, man. Like the media loves him.
Exactly.
You know, collectors love him. Like he's just got everything going his way.
Fucking Kevin Durant. Come on, Anthony. Devontae Graham. And our purple is of Goran Dragic. Sure. And then we have our Tyrese Maxey, who I was pretty big on at the start and still am, but became too expensive to collect. And Desmond Burn.
Bane's good. Maxey, like after that point explosion, like I was expecting him to kind of take the big hit in price. But you know, like he's on a pretty loaded Philadelphia team. So,
exactly.
You know, the odds of him getting that chance again is pretty slim.
All right. I'll take it. Jimmy Butler, huh? Who are you? Stephen Curry? Yep.
Ooh, very slam, pretty.
It's nice, but yeah, fine. I should have gotten more sleeves. Didn't realize I was running out, and they're somewhere behind me, on the floor, or on one of those shelves. Actually, I think. And our rookies are Cassius Stanley and Jamaris Ramsey.
Cassius Stanley.
Nope, no order yet.
No, but
plenty of packs to go. Want more foils?
In which case I had to just start looking him up because I was like, who is this guy?
Great significance, Daniel Laturo. What a letdown. That's not the order I want to see. You know what I was really secretly hoping for? Dennis Rodman.
Oh yeah. I've actually been trolling, patrolling eBay for like just other cool autographs.
Mm-hmm.
And like there is this one series from like Upper Deck, Exquisite, which was like basically they got the players to sign their nickname as well. So I've actually got like a Clyde Drexler.
Oh.
But he signed Clyde Drexler and he signed Clyde the
Glide
Drexler on the card. And I was just like, that is, and I'm trying to find more of it because I passed on a Dominic Wilkins, which was, he actually signed it HHF, so a human highlight film.
Wow.
And I was like, I want that series, but no one seems to want to sell them, which is rightfully so because it's just awesome.
Yeah, it's a monster dunk from Christian Wood. Mubamba. And our purple is Shake Milton. I do want a shake, thank you very much. Not a Shake Milton, just a thick shake.
Just a thick shake.
Exactly. Kira Lewis Jr. and Precious.
Precious. He'll probably take over for Bam when Bam starts to fade.
I reckon.
Miami does such a good job of just kind of bringing up new talent.
Mm. Alright, so we got an arriving now of Onyeko Nkungu.
Ongu. These are pretty as well.
Yeah.
Like these arriving nows. I mean, we said it before, but like basically most of these inserts are quite pretty.
James Wiseman.
It'd be nicer if they were actually like a hollow.
Yeah, again, like I feel like the thing is like with the hobby, they should have like all of the inserts should have been hollow. But I feel like the arriving now should have been in hobby as a hollow.
Yeah.
Instead of in the set. Like in the retails.
You've basically struck on most of the lottery guys now, haven't you?
Yeah, pretty much.
Like from my count anyway, you've basically got the top 13.
Speaking of the top 13.
Oh, pretty.
Just not shiny though.
Yeah.
It's that thing of like, yeah, I'm never going to collect the set, and I should probably just sell them off. But they are pretty.
But that's why I kind of like, I quietly collect on, because like Pokemon, the hollows are like, like you always get the hollow, and then when you get like a nice card, it's a hollow. Like,
so it does not want to open.
Which is why like I was so happy to finally strike on that Pikachu, because like,
Yeah.
My God, it like I've got so many of those other ones, and I was just like, come on, give me Fat Pikachu, give me the Rainbow Fat Pikachu, and I kind of like got my shuffle wrong that time, and I was like, just like, oh, I got nothing, and then like I kind of went through my cards again, like, wait, oh my God.
Lillard Vanity Plates.
Nice.
On Yeko and Sapin Lee. 2 packs to go. I really want to open a fat pack. I think I might open a fat pack.
I mean, you might as well just treat yourself, man.
Because I can buy more over the weekend anyway, so it's not a problem. Cameron Johnson. Our purple is Jalen Smith. Purple rookie, I guess. And our Jalen Smith. And Denny. Last pack.
Come on. Show us a little love.
Gives that last pack a mojo. Montrezl. Bledsoe. Bam Adebayo. Michael Porter Jr. Sexton. Lights, camera, action of the big man himself, LeBron James, non-foil, unfortunately, but still good. Isaiah Stewart and Jordan Nwora. Alright.
Oh, at least you got LeBron in the last.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with a little bit of LeBron-y action.
It's just amazing how like LeBron's cards are just like the bases just still go for such a good price.
I know. I don't
insane.
understand why. Like, he's a great player, don't get me wrong, he's one of the best players in the league, I guess, don't get me wrong, but I still, yeah, I don't know why. It's one of those things. So going back through, we got the Zion Williamson vanity plates, which is great. In the hollow, we got the Ja Morant normal vanity plates. We got the LaMelo Ball rookie. We got the Slam of Zion Back to the Future, which is, I'm actually probably going to keep this one in my collection because it looks cool. We got the hollow version of the Tyrese Halliburton class of 2020 to go with the LaMelo Ball version that I've got that's hollow. We got a jersey swap of the two bigs, Zion and Ja. We got a jersey swap of Ja and Trae Young. We got a slam of Stephen Curry. We got a slam of Ja Morant. We got a lights, camera, action of LeBron. And our SIG was Daniel Aturo, which we'll absolutely keep for another day. Let me just grab one of these. Okay. I'm feeling fat and sassy.
You know what? Fat packs have done you right, so let's just keep the fat pack love going.
Exactly. Maybe we'll crack another LaMelo or something equally sexed up. Would be great.
Are there any promises in the fat pack? Like, do they always guarantee you something in a fat pack?
Yes, I believe you're guaranteed an explosion. I want to say. John Wall. No, Kendrick Nunn. Torrey Craig. Upside down. Christian Wood. We've got Mo Bamba, Devin Booker, Victor Oladipo, Malik Monk, Cam Reddish, Harry Giles, upside down. RJ Barrett, Markieff Morris, Kevin fucking Durant, Josh Richardson.
You hate that photo, don't you?
So I hate
you hate it with a passion.
OG Anthony. He's the OG.
I hate, but I also quietly love the ball ones from last year.
It's like, look at my wingspan. Robert Covington, Jarrett Culver, Frank Ntilikina. Yep, that's his name. Montrezl Harrell, Eric Bledsoe, and we've got a purple of Bojan Bogdanovic, of course.
Boban.
We have a non-foil slam of Kevin Durant pulling his face. You got an AD lights, camera, action, and a frequent flyers. Oh boy, of is that who I think it is? Zach LaVine? Yes, Zach LaVine. We have Theo Maledon. I think the purple replaced the explosion in this.
Yeah, must have.
Yeah, Cole Anthony, Josh Green, Killian Hayes, my boy, Aaron Nesmith, and Obi Toppin. That was disappointing. Let's grab another one. Because it can.
Basically, like, I was trying to explain this hobby to like some friends and my girlfriend. It's basically like we are the biggest bunch of gamblers.
It's nice that I have the budget to be a gambler, Card experience. Have you hit a nice order yet? Technically not. No. I made it just in time. Hit it out of 10 great significance of Ken Benson. Oh, wow.
Yep.
Oof.
But yeah, like that's the thing, like when you like join in random breaks and all that, like when you don't get a hit, you kind of like want to pay to join the next break.
Yeah.
So you're just trying to chase that hit.
Well, you
and, like,
get the hit and it's
was
fucking horrible.
Yeah. But what was funny was like people complaining about like, you know, like repacks, and they're like, I just got trash in my repack. But I was like, sometimes when you go into a random break, you get nothing.
Yeah.
You know? So like at least in your repack you got an auto of something or of someone, or you know.
Upside down. Tim Hardaway Jr.
I was gonna collect Tim Hardaway Jr. because of his dad, and I was like, no, I better not.
Ja Morant base. Must be getting close. Trae Young. Peyton. Ah, it's another purple. Stop giving me purples. Lou Williams at that. Apparently I can... We'll just put that face down for a second. Carmelo Anthony? Yeah.
Carmelo
Slam of
Anthony.
Carmelo? Just sit there. Alright.
They get a bit slippy after a while, don't they?
They do.
They don't stack well.
So we got a frequent flyers of Anthony Davis. Frequent flyers of Russell Westbrook in foil.
Ooh.
Tillman. You go on the rookie pile. Robert LaMelo Ball.
Yeah, buddy.
Udoka, Flynn, Aturo. Well, less successful than the other ones that I have had. Both of those were terrible.
You know, you kind of hit your summit, so
I'm out of sleeves. I'm out of sleeves.
at least the second fat pack gave you a LaMelo.
Exactly.
But yeah, I see what you mean by those hollows. Like that frequent flyer looks way better with the Westbrook.
I did have a fresh set of sleeves, and I don't know where I actually put them. So we'll grab another one.
And I think that's where like the disappointment is with the Hoops Premium, is like you can see what Hoops Basic is.
Yeah.
And you were hoping that Hoops Premium would just like completely blow it off its roof, and instead they're just like, nah. We got nothing.
And that's exactly it. Like when you look at Hoops Basic, like this was exceptionally better than Hoops Premium.
Yeah, and it's exciting to break. Like you open it and you see the inserts, and you're excited about the inserts. You're excited about getting the hollows.
Excited about the everything.
You know, and like that's where I kind of like I love Revolutions for that reason, is because like even the base card in Revolutions is sexy.
I mean, that's minus this, I guess. That's not a terrible haul, but not really what we were hoping for, to be honest. But still fine. I need to sort out these nameplates and stuff, jersey swaps.
I like that Zion Williamson in the holo nameplate and the Halliburton holo name. 2020 is great.
Yeah, exactly. And I wanted to rip this just for myself because guilty pleasure. I haven't had the chance to rip anything in ages. And although I know it's going to take a week for my Top Shop balance to transfer over and other stuff, like it's good for me to just like actually have a chance to finally rip something for me, because I rip stuff for other people so often, which I'll actually be doing tonight at 8 p.m. I think, or 9 p.m. because because I have Digimon to open for him. So yeah, we have accepted your transfer. Money should be in your account by the 26th of March. Thanks, PayPal. Wow.
That's like the card experience, you know, he's saying those slam inserts alone make this a fun product, and I agree. Like those are like, you know, it's a great product when there's an insert in it that you want to chase.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. Like, they look fucking great. They look really great, and that's what you're looking for. So yeah, absolutely. All right, cool.
Great list of players as well.
Yeah, I mean, we got some great rookies in there. Time will tell. I'll probably send something off for grading. But I mean,
probably a couple more Lamellos, right?
I'm thinking base Lamellos. Maybe I'll send those off to HGA now that I've got like 3 or 4 base Lamellos. Like, yeah, maybe
cool with the teal on the label, like. Yeah, I'm starting to see. I see what you mean. Like, I'm actually going to consider sending some stuff to HGA and see how it goes.
And like, I would probably color match that to the card because the card is teal and white. So the aesthetics there is going to be great.
So do they let you choose what color you want to color match?
Sort of. They go, do you want to match the card? Do you want to match the team?
Okay.
Or do you want to have like a basic one, like a two-toned basic one? I think it is. And I mean, quite frankly, these hoops rookies are going to look great in HGA slabs. So, yeah, absolutely. All right, cool, excellent. Where can people find your stuff?
For me, I'm on Instagram at the moment under jojo.collects. I'm probably going to do the same on my YouTube as well. I think I'm going to keep it that way. I've been spitballing a couple of other ideas, but they just don't. I'm sure you went through the same thing with Chesh Breaks. Like, you probably would have went through like a few different names until you kind of settled on the one that would be your name.
Well, it's funny because mine was a little bit easier because I'm a Magic content creator by the name of Cheshire Plays Games. And I've been streaming under that title under various different things, Magic the Gathering and RPGs and stuff like that for many years. So it was pretty much just natural for me to go, you know, Cheshire Plays Games, Chesh plays, Chesh something, I like breaking boxes, Chesh breaks. Oh, that's perfect. So it was actually really easy for me, I guess. But I did struggle for a little while initially with Cheshire Plays Games because I'm like, I like Cheshire the cat from Alice in Wonderland. It was a
hence
weird...
the purple.
Yeah, hence the purple. Which is a weird thing because a lot of people don't even think about it because they, like, when you think about Alice in Wonderland, you think of the Mad Hatter and you think of Alice and you think of the rabbit, but no one ever thinks of the, you know, Cheshire Cat. And it's like, but he's like the coolest one because he's fucking crazy, but clearly has some sort of magical powers like a wizard.
Yep, and that probably explains why you and I get along so well, because I had a buddy when I worked in Japan. He said that when I smile, I remind him of the Cheshire Cat. so yeah.
I get that a lot too, so yep. I feel ya.
So like, I wrote like a whole bunch of names, and I bounced them off with my girlfriend the other day, and she was like, yeah, just stick with JoJo Collects. Because like, the other ones I had was like Average Joe Collector, Sports Card Sommelier, the Collector's Checklist, and then she's like, nah, just stick with JoJo Collects. Like,
I mean, I'm surprised you didn't just kind of like go with something that was like stereotypical, like as stereotypical as possible, and go with Mr. Foo. But yeah, JoJo Collects sounds good.
Mr. Foo's Card House.
Mr. Foo's Card House, yeah. Almost like the Yeki Card House.
Yep.
I mean,
or the House of Foo.
Yeah, there's a couple of different things you could do there, like, to be honest. But I mean, JoJo
You know what? I haven't locked it in yet, so I'm still I'm actually designing my logo. I've locked a few things on Pinterest, and I'm gonna steal some logos off Pinterest pretty soon to make it. But yeah, the name hasn't been locked down yet, so I may still bounce ideas off you again, Cheshi.
Fair. I'm going to put it through JoJo's Bizarre Card Adventure.
Cool.
But it's a bit long.
Okay. No. I know the anime. And I know the anime, man. That was one of my favorites growing up as a kid.
All right,
That'd be a fun YouTube channel, though. That'd be a fun YouTube channel, because then I could just do whatever I want.
Yeah, exactly. You leave it open. It works.
I could steal some of the I could steal the JoJo's logo. Because like that's a cool logo, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Just change like what is it, over 50%? I can't remember. Copyright. I haven't dealt with copyright laws in a while.
Copyright, but who gives a shit?
Yeah. Like, what are they going to do? Sue somebody with 100 followers? Fuck off.
Until we get big enough, right?
Yeah, exactly. All right. So with Chesh Breaks, you can find me Instagram under Chesh Breaks. You can find me on Twitter